Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle, and today I want to share with you guys my hit and misses of second grade. If you're new here, I have an 8-year-old daughter. She attended public school this past year, but due to the pandemic, she was learning at home, which consisted of the school providing an iPad, and she got an hour of math and an hour of ELA instruction from a teacher, a live Zoom instruction from a teacher Monday through Thursday, and Friday it was about 25 minutes each. So we did a lot of supplementing in our second grade year at home to kind of fill in some of those gaps. So let's start with things that worked. I'll put a picture here because, oh no, I actually have it. Handwriting Without Tears. I love this program. I start both my girls, I also have a 4-year-old, out on the beginning writing, and my 8-year-old asked to learn cursive. So I use this book, and I think it was a really good fit. I like how they give you kind of visual cues of how to do it. It starts with just basic print, and then it goes into instructions on how to actually do cursive, and she really enjoyed it. I didn't have to force her to do anything. And she's pretty much almost done with the book, and she did a page or two a day, and she prefers to write in cursive than print. So that would definitely be, I would say, a hit. And then again, like I said, the math Zoom from the public school just didn't go well, and it wasn't a lot. And I found that my daughter was often struggling with simple math facts, just 5 plus 4 addition. She was doing double-digit and triple-digit addition and subtraction problems, but she's often counting her fingers or counting on to get, 5 plus 4, and the problem with that is you can often lead to just basic errors from counting that way. So I picked this up to just help those addition facts come a little easier, and this is awesome. Love this. We got this for addition. I've already bought the subtraction. We're going to start that one next week, actually. But it really helps cement her addition facts in a different way. And pretty much how it works is it just uses, every week you practice an addition fact, and it just uses a 10 frame to kind of work on that mental math addition. And what it does is, day 1, you start with a new teaching. So it shows you how to do that, and then on that first, and that's all you do for that first day is that new teaching. And it's just pretty much visualizing on a 10 frame, what's 10 plus 6? You can see it's 10. You can see this is 5 plus 6, so you know this is 16. So it's getting that mental math. It's getting them to visualize it, which is pretty much just what you needed to practice. So on day 2 through 5, you will play a specific game, and it comes in the back with the printouts for game boards and different things like you'll need like that. Gives you instructions how to play the game, and again, you play the game that's day 2 through 5, and she had a lot of fun playing these. So the first day you just teach the concept, and then day 2 through 5, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you're doing that way, you play the math game, and then they have a little bit of math worksheet to do. And I really like this because the reason my daughter was struggling with the public school is because they were just going too fast. So she wasn't able to get those addition facts down to begin with, and then they didn't have enough repetitive practice. My daughter needs to master something before she can move on, and the public school was not doing that. So I know some parents might be like, oh, that's so much, but my daughter actually really benefited from doing the repetitive practice. And it's not the same sheet every day. It's a different sheet every day. But just the repetitive practice is what she needed to gain her confidence and just to get it down. So she really enjoyed that, and it worked really well. Her math facts are a lot better. She can visualize a lot of answers now. Before, she would get stuck and count on her fingers, and that often led to errors. So this I can't recommend highly enough. This was definitely a hit. All right, so the misses. Now it's interesting to put this as a miss, but I'm going to put public school as a miss this year. what the public school provided just was not enough. I know we were in a pandemic, it was difficult times, but in my opinion, the school did a bad job. So for ELA, so they would get these notebooks, and with the teacher, they would go through a story, and then they would do some kind of composition work. But as you can see, my daughter was pretty bored with it and often drew. I sometimes caught her reading books instead of paying attention. But they tried to, you know, teach them a little bit of science while trying to teach them, you know, nouns, adjectives, writing sentences, and it did not go well. So that's a miss. Same with math. They had a workbook, my child kind of ripped through it, that they would go through with the teacher on Zoom, step by step, and the teacher would randomly ask kids questions. And it was not the best way for my child to learn. It didn't stick. The teacher was often going way too fast, and my child was more concerned about making sure her paper matched the teacher's paper than actually, you know, letting the topic sink in. So it was a miss. It was a miss. That's why we supplemented a lot. And then another miss was writing prompts. Now, like I said, they weren't doing any formal handwriting or really any handwriting at all. And I was concerned that her handwriting would kind of slide back, regress. So I thought this would be nice. You know, it comes with monthly, for every month there's a different writing prompt. And it got to be something she didn't enjoy. Like in the beginning it was fun writing the stories, but it was one of those things she didn't want to do anymore. So, you know, I was like, you know what, we don't have to. So we put that aside pretty early on. It only lasted a couple months, and we moved on. And then this, again, I never used this to its full extent. I know they're redoing their math program, so I'm not going to get too much into this. But again, the problem I had with this was it tried to cover too much and didn't go deep enough. My child really needs to master concepts, and this was not a mastery approach at all. And she also needs that repetitive practice, which I know many might find traditional school, but she needed to gain the confidence and needed to do the problem multiple times in order to understand it, to really get it. And this does not have that option. They usually would have like one worksheet page, something easy like that, and it wasn't enough for my child. She needed more, and again, it's very pretty. It covers a lot. I think it makes an awesome review of if you've already learned the concept, but I don't think it goes deep enough into any of the concepts to really master it. So we picked and chose a couple of things in that, played a couple of the games, but we never used it to full extent. The Good and Beautiful just doesn't mesh well with our family. And that was the hits and misses of second grade. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about anything in particular, just comment below.